The flaw, known to GM engineers and their suppliers for more than 10 years, is an ignition key switch. Heavy keychains or a knock to the switch can disable steering, braking, and passenger airbags while the car is in motion. Sherry Starkey's 21-year-old son Michael bought his Chevy Cobalt just 9 days before his fatal crash.
There's no reason that only 2 weeks after he died, I got the first recall. They knew about it. But we didn't know about it when our children got these cars. We had no clue.
On Monday, GM expanded its initial recall to at least 1.3 million more Chevrolet, Pontiac, and Saturn models in the U.S. The total projected cost to the company, more than $1 billion. A congressional report said the ignition switch was found faulty even before 2004, but that GM approved what its supplier called a substandard fix.
They consciously decided it's going to cost too much money to fix these cars, and then they knowingly sent those cars out into the American public.
GM's new CEO, Mary Barra, has spent much of her first 2 months in the job apologizing for the belated recalls. In prepared testimony to Congress, Barra says she doesn't know why the defect was only disclosed this year, but promises to find out.
Well, clearly the fact that it took over 10 years indicates that we have work to do to improve our process. And we are dedicated to doing that.
Among the questions she's likely to face, whether the company's decision not to order a massive recall was influenced by its steep cost at a time it was fighting for survival. Now the company is legally immune from paying damages for any accident that occurred before its emergence from bankruptcy in 2009. The Justice Department is investigating whether GM committed bankruptcy fraud by not disclosing the defects before then. But the U.S. Highway Traffic Safety Administration will also be asked pointed questions like why, both in 2007 and 2010, the agency refused to pursue investigations into dozens of complaints and reports of disabled airbags in some of the suspect cars. The agency's acting chief is expected to blame GM for withholding critical evidence to identify the defect. Tom Ackerman, Al Jazeera, Washington.